the Russia war shows absolutely no sign of de-escalation. Missiles have now hit a NATO member, Poland. 2 people have been killed in the alleged missile attack just 5 miles away from the Ukrainian border. However, Russia has denied any role in the incident. Poland has announced to increase its military readiness, while President Andrzej Duda also held talks with the US President Joe Biden. Now, Poland has also gone on to summon the Russian ambassador. NATO has called an emergency meeting, while Biden, who's in Indonesia for the G20 summit, also convened an emergency meet of the G7 and the NATO leaders. Meanwhile, UN chief has also warned against any form of escalation of Ukraine war.
W związku z zaistniałą sytuacją kryzysową pan premier Mateusz Morawiecki w porozumieniu z panem prezydentem Andrzejem Dudą zarządzili zwołanie spotkania w Biurze Bezpieczeństwa Narodowego z członkami Komitetu do Spraw Bezpieczeństwa Narodowego i Spraw Obronnych. Wszelkie informacje, które zostaną dzisiaj przedstawione na komitecie, zostaną później przekazane, jeżeli to będzie możliwe, w jak najszerszym zakresie państwu do wiadomości opinii publicznej. Apeluję, aby do tego czasu na razie nie publikować, nie informacji. My będziemy je komentować i informować o nich po posiedzeniu, które się teraz właśnie odbędzie, po przedstawieniu właściwych informacji przez służby, które o tych wydarzeniach poinformują.
Тим більше сьогодні сталося те, про що ми давно попереджали. Ми говорили про це. Терор не обмежується нашими державними кордонами. Вже поширюється на територію Молдови. А сьогодні російські ракети ударили по Польщі. По території нашої дружньої країни загинули люди. Прийміть, будь ласка, співчуття від усіх українських братів. Скільки разів Україна говорила про те, що нашою країною держава-терорист не обмежиться.
And speaking about the reactions now, the US President Joe Biden looked cautious, making his first remarks on the missile incident in Poland. Biden said that according to the trajectory, unlikely that missile was fired from Russia. Listen in.
Too early to say whether this missile was fired from Russia?
There is preliminary information that contests that. I don't want to say that till we completely investigate, but it is. It's unlikely in the minds of the trajectory that it was fired from Russia, but we'll see.
All right, Rishabh joins me live. Rishabh, this is the biggest international story of the day now. However, Russia has refuted any form of involvement. And there we heard the US President Joe Biden as well saying that, it's unlikely that this could have been fired from Moscow. What more are you picking up in terms of the latest rescue operations? And if you can just tell us what inputs do we have on this missile strike in Poland?
Well, Pooja, if you see, yes, this is sensitive. This is an important issue. That's the reason that US President Joe Biden is minding his words while interacting with press as well. Remember, in the G7 meeting along with NATO members that took place just a few minutes ago, Biden asked all the ally members to figure out what has exactly happened, while Polish government maintained that it was a Russian-made missile that hit the eastern village of Poland that borders with the Ukraine. Be it Russia or be it US, they have maintained this, that Russia has refuted any claims that Moscow has fired these missiles to Poland, while G7 members or even US President has been very, very cautious about what they say in this issue. Remember, if this is a Russian missile, if this has been fired by Moscow, this is an attack on the NATO territory and territory of a NATO ally. Till now, Russia-Ukraine war was confined within the boundaries of Ukraine, and we have seen how the refugees or the victims of Russian attack have been crossing over to Poland and other neighboring countries. But if this is an attack by Russian authorities in Poland, it means attack on an ally of NATO, and that makes a complete different tangent of the war. As per, if this is true, then NATO NATO becomes the part of the war in any given situation. That's the reason that be it United States or other G7 members, they are very cautious about what they are saying. This happens when G20 summit is happening. Remember, Vladimir Putin, who has to be in G20 summit in Bali, chose not to visit and sent his foreign minister instead. This is an important issue. Have to wait for more details to come in. As of now, what we know that a Russian-made missile, as per Polish government, hit the eastern borders of Poland, village in eastern side of Poland, bordering Ukraine, killing 2. So we'll have to wait and understand how things unfold from there.
All right. Thank you so much, Rishabh, for joining us with all those details. So like my colleague Rishabh put it out, that it is also very essential to note that this attack comes on in NATO territory, that is Poland. And remember, the row, the face-off over NATO membership was the main trigger point for the Russia-Ukraine war.